All I can say is, wow, amazing. Akeem, thanks for sharing your incredible inspirational journey. It's part of our mission to provide guidance and a platform for founders to tell their story. The New Launch Alliance worked with our local partners on pitch events, with the winners advancing to the regional competition. We thank WBD for their financial support. Today, you will hear from 3 of these great winners. By the way, I heard their pitches before, but I got a chance to sit with them at the table and really learn more about them and their business stories. And the word believe, as Akeem said, every one of those folks at that table believes in their business and believes in their vision. And I think that's what makes it important for us to support businesses here that start up right here in Northeast Wisconsin. So first up, we're going to hear from Peggy Sonnenburg with Peggy Bakes, followed by Shawn Brokaw with Creative Crusts Pizza, and his daughter, Elizabeth, who's back there. We're not going to hear her speak, but she's there. She's, I guess, the brains behind the operation. And then Kristin Lambrecht with Kristin's Kitchen Bakery. So we'd welcome up Peggy.
All right, the advancer. Do you have the slide clicker at all? No? Anyone? Okay. That's okay. All right. Okay, Akeem. Oh, I won't tell anybody. We'll keep it a secret. Okay. All right. Hi, I'm Peggy Sonnenburg, founder of Peggy Bakes, a granola brand born out of frustration with the sugar-bombed cereal-like options on the shelf. Last year, I set out to combine my passion for baking healthier with my experience in marketing and design to build a differentiated brand that fills a white space in the category with a product customers will crave and is life-changing. Thank you, Akeem, for that idea. Life-changing. I'm adding that. Since the New Launch Alliance pitch contest in December, a lot has happened. I celebrated 1 year in business and completed a robust business plan through Progress Lakeshore's entrepreneurial training program to propel my business forward. I bootstrapped this business with $7,500 of savings, and in the first year, I've sold over $34,000, baked and packaged 3,000 bags, and believe me, every day that is a test of my resiliency. Fulfilled almost 1,400 orders. I launched in 6, now 7 stores, because it changes every week, shipped to over 20 states, and earned a 28% online repeat rate. We're growing across 3 channels. So we have in-person markets, website, and wholesale. We're projecting to finish this year over $84,000, which is a 250% increase over last year, and we've doubled our average order value while making great strides on cost improvements. We've expanded into a commercial kitchen at a local place in Sheboygan Falls, Nourish Farms, which is a food education center that I'm proud to be at. I've been with them since their start almost 14 years ago. I've secured volunteers and part-time help, and currently we're exploring co-manufacturers to take products to the next level. So if anyone has any ideas or connections for a great co-manufacturer, I'm all ears. The product has been very well received by specialty food stores, and reorders have come within 1 to 2 weeks of the initial orders, which has far exceeded any of my expectations. And I could relate to what Akeem was saying with just the amount of local support. So many people are looking out for me, spreading the word, and actually connecting me into so many places. So I'm so appreciative. I've leveraged my experience and network of talent to ensure those wholesale accounts are set up for success with great sales support and marketing materials. From pitch contests to press features, we are earning attention. It's helped build awareness, boost credibility in website sales, and open doors with the retailers. So we've done some polar bear marketing. When you're a small business, you have to do what you need to do to get yourself noticed. And only in Wisconsin do you bundle up, recruit your sister, and market your new business to playoff tailgaters wearing, really rocking like classic sandwich boards in the extreme cold, for those of you who remember what the temperatures were like on January 5th. And if I'm inspiring anyone to go old school with sandwich boards to stand out in this digital world, I just wanted to share that sandwich boards in the Titletown area will get you an immediate police escort out of the area. So just, you can do it, the tailgaters, parking lots, you're welcome there, just not Titletown. I launched at a farmer's market last year. They are such a great, cost-effective way to listen, learn, and evolve before you lock things in. This year, I'm focused on a larger area in the Milwaukee metro area. I've hired some part-time help, and we have over 50 markets scheduled. I'm continuing to evolve and improve our digital presence to compete in a very crowded e-commerce space. And before I conclude, I wanted to highlight 2 recent opportunities I had to shine a light on the tremendous state resources that I've tapped into while I am growing the business. A few weeks ago, I was asked by the UW's Office of Entrepreneurship, Business and Entrepreneurship, to accompany them to the state capitol on their first legislative day. We were able to speak to senators and representatives and let them know firsthand what these programs mean to small businesses like mine. And it was certainly an educative day for me to just really understand the tremendous leadership in these organizations and what they do and how they are there to capture the mind share of our state leadership. And in addition, I was asked to share my entrepreneurial journey at Progress Lakeshore's annual awards breakfast, which celebrates so many great businesses and resources in the county. Just these resources, like the Small Business Development Center, Progress Lakeshore, Lakeland University, the Food Finance Institute, the Capital Resource Program, they've helped me at every step of the way, along with friends and family. I truly feel like I've had wind underneath my wings and a nice wind behind my back propelling me forward, because as many of you know, entrepreneurship can really feel like solopreneurship much of the time. So I invite you to try our top seller, Cherry Pecan. We've placed samples near the exit at the base of the escalator, so when we're finished with a wonderful reception after, you can grab a sample. It includes a QR code for a website offer, so please don't miss it. So thank you for being here and letting me share my story with all of you. I would love for you to scan the QR code with your phone camera and connect with me, whether it's a crazy idea, which I love, or a resource to take Peggy Bakes to the next level. Like, I was chatting it up with Tim at the table, and he was getting me excited and saying, you got to think about like the visitors bureaus, and they bring in busloads of people and they get welcome bags. I'm like, yes, yes, yes. So I love it. I know everybody always has such great ideas they're sharing with me. So please reach out. I'd love to just continue the conversation. Thank you.
Sweet. I asked if I could get a handheld because I don't know what I would be doing if I was standing behind this. So. And that's one good thing that Barb did for me, is she told me I did a great job practicing yesterday, just so you know. So I'm Shawn with Creative Crusts. One of the things, Creative Crust Pizza, one of the things I realized is how many of you out there have actually heard of us or tried our pizza? Oh, a good amount. I figured a lot of you haven't. So I probably should launch into what we actually do. so I did sales for 20 years. And one of the things is I was just burned out and wanted to do something different. And I was looking at buying a pizza shop. One of our friends goes, hey, what if you came up with a keto pizza that tasted great? Okay. My wife's been gluten-free for 13 years. I have IBS, whole bunch of stuff. We threw it together. We came out with a crust that is made of chicken. You heard me right, chicken. 4 ingredients, chicken, eggs, Parmesan, avocado oil. That is all. So it's high protein, like half of our Pep sausage pizza is 45 grams of protein and 11 carbs. Yeah, insane, isn't it? So the big thing with it though is everybody's probably had a healthy pizza, and how do most of those taste? Not very good. So the goal is it actually had to taste and feel like a pizza. So we went out and kind of created this whole pizza line. It's frozen, take and bake. If you wanted samples, I don't think the Packers would have let me have made them today, and there would have been way too much cooking for me today. So if you want them, you can always just stop by and talk to us later. But I just want to kind of give everybody, this is what we do, and this is where we've kind of been going. So the update for us is, so we needed to kind of change our brand a little bit, because the first question we always get is, do you just make crusts? Is that what you do? And we're like, no, we make pizzas. So we tried to increase the pizza word so it stands out a little bit more. Probably looking at rebranding and doing a little bit more later on, but we wanted to just kind of bring that. I personally wanted to go with this one, muscle chicken, come on. That'd have been great, wouldn't it? So, but it is probably gonna end up on a lot of t-shirts for people at gyms because they love this stuff, so. One of the big things that we've had is a growth mindset, and I always seem to forget this or run too long and not get this part of it, but this is our team. So my wife is Peggy, my son, my daughter, both are involved. My sister now runs production. She has 4 daytime employees and 2 nighttime employees, all making pizzas now. And we've got about 5 people that now are gonna help us at events to try and get out there, because the key for us is doing samples. Once you try the pizza, you go, oh, I didn't realize it would taste like pizza. Kind of the point. But with the growth mindset too is we actually came out with a tofu crust. So it's not even just chicken crust anymore. We actually have a tofu crust. I had enough vegans and vegetarians walk by and say, well, I'm a vegetarian. All right, well, we got a tofu crust now. Why don't you try this? And it's been taking off with it. Wholesale. I'll get to that a little bit more in a couple minutes, but that's going to be a big part of our future. And new vendors. I think one of the things is that people see what we do and where we're going and want to be a part of it. So we get vendors who are actually bringing ideas to us. And I say, if you make my pizza better, I will do it. Or if you save me money. Either way. The other growth mindset is so this is our target markets. Makes sense, right? Keto, high protein, low carb, gluten-free. Want to know who our real target demographic is? Yeah, guys, it ain't us. It's women. Every time we're at a farmer's market, who stops to try the pizza? The wife. She goes up and goes, ooh, walks back to her husband and goes, try this. That's how it goes. Every time. We see it at least 2 or 3 times, an hour. So really we're trying to get into places where women are moms, mothers, anybody who wants to have a healthy pizza, and actually enjoy it. That's who we're looking for. Guys, you'll enjoy it too, trust me. The pizza tastes good. You just got to suck it up and try it first. So kind of where we're going with our growth. So we sold 1,700 pizzas last month. That is up 200 pizzas from April. So we are going in that direction. We are now at $25,000 in sales. So we sold $25,000 in May. So that's a lot of pizzas going out the door, a lot of different options. A big piece to it, just kind of like Peggy's is that we actually go to a lot of farmers market, do a lot of events. I think this week alone we have 14 different events we're doing between my daughter, myself, my son, my wife. I did one this morning at 5 o'clock in the morning. I was at a boot camp already, so going to one after this again. But we want to get samples and pizzas and people's, in front of them so that they can try it and hopefully buy a whole bunch of them too. It's also growth in learning. So we are part of the Food Finance Institute, and that is trial by fire hose. I got a lot of stuff coming at me with that, and I don't understand half the stuff they keep telling me, but I keep going, So we're really trying to do it, but we are almost to our wholesale license. We have been going through the HAZUP training. If anybody knows this stuff, it is a lot. My sister in the shop has been doing a lot of it. I've been trying to do it. I think next week we can actually approach DATCAP and start the process going forward, which is exciting because then we can actually get into the stores, because that's the second question we always get: what stores can I find you in? None, because we're meat. And I can't sell to you, I can't sell to a store. I can sell directly to you. As soon as I get that license, we can start selling to stores and start going in that, which hopefully is July, at least. So then the evolution. So where are we going? I am not one that's going to sit back on my heels and go, okay, as soon as we get a bunch of orders in, we'll start doing that. As soon as we get this, I'm already starting to plan where's the next step. When we have to split off and do crusts, when we have to spread off and do pizzas in 2 different spots, when we actually pull into a giant manufacturing and have to do that. Our goal for this budget for this year, 2025, is $300,000 in sales. Our budget for 2028, my goal is $2 million. So we want to sell a lot of pizzas. We want to get in a lot of places. And being in front of all of you is part of why we're doing this. We want to get in front of as many people as we can, so you can either find us, stop trying to try our pizzas. Like I said, see what it tastes like a pizza, take one home. I trust you, you won't be able to eat the whole thing. So my thing is, why can't you have your pizza and eat it too?
I'm a little bit shorter, so I'm going to move this. All right, hello, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kristin. I am the proud owner and baker of Kristin's Kitchen Bakery, and I am excited to share some updates since participating in the pitch contest. So I'll give you a little bit of background. I started as a home baker out of my home in October of 2023. It started off as just something, it was a dream. I was kind of burnt out from the corporate side. I didn't make it 20 years like Shawn. I made it about 3 years in the corporate world and was kind of burnt out. And I just decided, I don't know if I want to work for somebody else. I think I want to put in 80 hours a week for myself. So it quickly took off. And by November and early December, I was realizing it was taking over the whole first level of my house, and I was acting like a crazy person, not letting anybody come into that section of the house, and needed a separate space for this business. So I went on the hunt. There's not a lot of commercial real estate in my town, and it was important to me to stay in my town. I didn't want to leave my town. I wanted to grow something special there. And so I finally found a space, and in January of 2024, I was moving into that space, getting it ready, and by middle of February, we opened. It's been quite a journey ever since. I took the leap of faith and did this pitch competition and really started to put myself out there. And by January of this year, I expanded into the entire building that I was leasing one section from. And what that turned into is now I also own an ice cream shop and a gift shop and a mini golf course, which all complements the bakery very nicely. But it's kind of like I went from one brand new business to now 4. So it's been quite a journey. Next slide, okay. So this also led to a lot of opportunities, and so I found myself on New Year's Day on Channel 5 News doing a live segment. A lot of people had asked, wasn't that really nerve-wracking for you? No, it's a lot more nerve-wracking to be in front of a bunch of eyeballs that I can see versus the ones that I can't. I've also been featured in a lot of newspapers and magazines. I've taken some speaking engagement opportunities. I was really thrilled when a high school in a nearby town had asked for me to come and speak to their food management or their restaurant management and their foods classes. And I just have had several organizations also reach out to come and speak to their groups about my journey so far and what I'm doing in Little Wild Rose, Wisconsin. All right, so with this came some challenges that I've been having to overcome, and of course, as I grow, more challenges will come up. But what I have been facing recently is finding enough help to cover all of the growth and expansion that I'm doing. So I do have 8 employees now, which is a big leap from the 0 employees that I had back when I did the pitch competition. And now that school is winding down, the staff is a lot more available because a lot of them are younger kids and some of them are having their first jobs ever, and it does take a lot of effort and training on my part, but it's something that I love, that I'm giving them their first opportunity at a job, and I remember what that was like and try to make it as smooth of a transition from having to get into the workforce. And so I appreciate earlier when they were talking about the HR and how important that is. And that really resonated with me. Another issue that I'm dealing with in my area is it's very rural. In Waushara County, which is where Wild Rose is, we actually were the 4th poorest county in the state for quite a while, and I'm not sure where we sit at that right now, but it is a poverty area. And having something like a bakery is a luxury thing. So I've had to be very creative and partner up with a lot of other businesses and organizations to make it through those off-season months. In the summers, however, we are very touristy and our population basically quadruples. We have, I think it's 5 or 6 campgrounds that are within 10 miles of where I'm located. So the summer months we get crazy busy and we take advantage of that, but that has been one of the challenges being in rural areas, year-long survivorship, which comes into the seasonality. And I just think that it's been really great to hear a lot of the other stories today and stuff too, especially people coming from smaller areas. And I know I come up to these things. I used to drive to Green Bay 4 to 5 days a week for my job prior to starting this business. I worked for a company up here, and things are a little bit different in a rural town versus a big city. So one of the main things that really drives me is the impact that I can bring to my community. I partner up with a lot of other businesses. So the pizzas that I have in my store, the gift shop items that are in my gift shop, I actually rent out space to a person that wanted to start a charcuterie board business and could not find a commercial kitchen. So we worked it out so that she could rent kitchen space from me and start her business. I partner up with businesses with crafts that they make and flowers that they want to sell, and just any opportunities that I can have to kind of help shed a light on all the wonderful things that we have going on in our small little rural town. I also partner up with a lot of organizations, and this year I did my largest order to date for the Wapaka High School for their academic honors awards banquet, and had to crank out 150 cookies, 150 cupcakes, 150 mini cheesecakes, and some gluten-friendly options. And I had to do that one all by myself. I did not have the help at that time. So that was quite an achievement for me to be able to do that. And then I do wholesale to a few local areas, and I tend to do something that is specific to them so that people have to go there to get that item. Like our new Mexican grocery store in town, I created conchas and tortas for them. So that was something that only people could purchase from their store. I've also worked with other businesses to do sponsorships that highlight their businesses, but also help to allow me to get the funds to be able to update the mini golf course that so badly needs some updates. And along with the impact, other goals that I have are bringing awareness to all the wonderful organizations that are nonprofits in our area. So for Pie Day this year, we did a pie eating contest that was for nonprofits only, and they had to compete to eating pies to win the funds that we had raised. So in a matter of 2 weeks, we raised over $800 to go to these nonprofits. I also want to bring more fun and exciting things. There's a lot of stuff that happens in the bigger cities that doesn't necessarily make their way to our rural areas until years later. So we've added some fun events like speed puzzling and glow-in-the-dark mini golf and other just like fun activities that normally in our small little area you wouldn't find. And then I had mentioned before also with the charcuterie board business about her being able to open up. So having goals to be able to help other businesses start and get growing has been very important to me. When I made this slide, the growth on this happened to be at 68% year over year. I just checked that yesterday. We are now at 98% year over year for growth. Like I said, summers we explode with consumerism and all the tourists, so it's showing on our growth for sales. And because I think we were only given 5 minutes, and I've probably blown way past that because I like to talk. In conclusion, I am very, very happy to continue to work and partner with other people. And if you happen to have any ideas on ways that I can continue to scale, I would love to start doing more with shipping. I just want to find ways to shed more light on small businesses out in our little rural areas of Wisconsin, because there are a lot of them. And I'm available anytime to talk and partner up, or if you just have some fun event or organization that you think we could work well together, give me a call. Thank you.